Ever wondered what happens to the world's biggest machines when their time is up? From giant planes that once ruled the skies, to warships now left to rust in silence, humanity's greatest creations don't just vanish. They gather in enormous graveyards, haunting, breathtaking, and sometimes terrifying. And today, we're taking you inside the 10 largest technology graveyards in the world. Trust me, you've never seen anything like this. Number 10. Ankor Cemetery, Portugal. Umbrellas, soft sand, cafes, tanned tourists. That's what you expect on a European beach, right? But in southern Portugal, near Tavira, you'll find something that flips that picture upside down: an entire cemetery of anchors. Once, this was a thriving fishing hub. But when the fish disappeared, so did the industry. Boats rotted, equipment was abandoned, and only the massive anchors remained too heavy to move, too many to hide. At first, they ruined the beauty of the coast. But then came a twist. Locals gathered them all in one spot, creating a hauntingly beautiful art installation. Today, what was once scrap metal has become one of the most unique and eerie sights in Europe, a beach where rusting anchors tell the story of lost livelihoods. Number 9. Taxi Cemetery, China. An ocean of yellow taxis, stretching farther than the eye can see. It doesn't look real, more like a surreal painting than a scrapyard. This is the taxi graveyard of Chongqing, China. Once, taxis carried nearly 80% of all city traffic. But when millions bought their own cars, the streets changed overnight. Drivers lost their passengers, and thousands of cabs were abandoned, left to rot in this haunting sea of steel. Some were repainted and resold, the rest forgotten here, glowing like a strange monument to a nation on the move. Number 8. Ship Cemetery, Mauritania. Imagine sipping your morning coffee, looking out at the sea, and instead of waves, you're staring at a giant rusting oil tanker right in front of your house. That's the daily reality in Nouadhibou, Mauritania, the world's largest ship cemetery. More than 300 abandoned vessels clog its shallow waters. Cargo ships, fishing boats, tankers left to rot like ghostly skeletons of steel. For decades, corrupt officials took bribes, allowing ship owners to dump their vessels here. No taxes, no responsibility. Just a bay turning into a metallic grave. The result? A coastline so eerie it earned a chilling name: the Cemetery of Ships. But there's a twist. Backed by the European Union, projects have begun to dismantle these giants, recycle the steel, and finally bring life back to this haunted harbor. Number 7. Tank Cemetery, Afghanistan. Picture a desert plain where the ground itself seems armored, hundreds of tanks, rusting under the Afghan sun, frozen in silence. Welcome to the tank cemetery on the outskirts of Kabul. Most of these steel beasts were Soviet-made, left behind since the brutal wars of the 1982nd. Once they rolled through battlefields with unstoppable power, now they sit lifeless, nothing more than monuments to destruction. And here's the haunting part. Afghanistan has almost no recycling industry, which means these war machines aren't going anywhere. Decades have passed, and decades more will follow, yet these tanks will remain, abandoned and forgotten. It's not just a graveyard of machines, it's a chilling reminder of war, rusting quietly into the dust of history. Number 6. Submarine Cemetery, Russia. Imagine staring into icy Arctic waters, and beneath the surface lie giant nuclear submarines, rusting away in silence. This isn't a scene from a movie, it's real. Welcome to the Submarine Cemetery of Russia's Kola Peninsula. Since the 1972nd, Samana Bay was used as a dumping ground for decommissioned subs. By the 92nd, the danger became undeniable, and cleanup efforts began. But they only managed to remove a few. Most of these steel monsters still sleep on the seabed. Today, local fish swim through decaying war machines, and tundra surrounds a bay haunted by shadows of the Cold War. It's eerie, it's dangerous, and it's one of the strangest technology graveyards on Earth, where forgotten submarines rest forever beneath frozen waters. Beneath 5. Airplane Cemetery, USA. Picture a desert where the sand doesn't just stretch for miles, it's filled with colossal airplanes, lined up wing to wing like fallen giants. This is the Mojave Desert in the United States, home to one of the world's most breathtaking airplane cemeteries. Why here? because the Mojave is one of the driest places on Earth. Almost no rainfall, blistering heat, and endless open space conditions so perfect that planes can sit here for decades without rotting away. Passenger jets, cargo planes, even military aircraft all parked in silence, waiting to be stripped for parts or left to decay into history. But don't think you can just stroll in barbed wire, heavy security, and patrols keep most people out. Still, even from a distance, the sight is surreal. Hundreds of steel birds, once rulers of the skies, now grounded forever in the desert. Number 4. The Mangrove Ship Cemetery. Picture this, a rusting oil tanker deliberately driven onto shore, its metal skin ripped apart by hand. Sounds like a post-apocalyptic movie, right? Welcome to Chittagong, Bangladesh, the world's largest ship graveyard. Over 200 giants of the sea, from oil tankers to luxury liners, are run aground here every year. Once they hit the beach, the dismantling begins. Thousands of workers strip them piece by piece. Fuel, furniture, steel plates, nothing goes to waste. But here's the dark side. This brutal recycling happens just steps from villages. Toxic fuel, chemicals, and rust poison the air and soil, making it one of the most polluted places on Earth. Still, daredevil tourists sneak in to witness it, standing face to face with collapsing ships, in a scene that's as dangerous as it is unforgettable. Number 3. The Sea That Died. Ships in the middle of a desert? Sounds insane, but welcome to Uzbekistan's ghost fleet. Decades ago, the Aral Sea was alive. Moynak was a bustling port, fishing boats filled the waters, and the city thrived. But today, the sea is gone. The water retreated, leaving rusting giants stranded in the sand, some lying over 100 kilometers from the nearest drop of water. Now, Moynak isn't a port anymore. It's a ship cemetery, and a haunting reminder of how an entire sea can simply vanish. Number 1. Bolivia's train graveyard. Rusting giants in the middle of the desert, abandoned steam locomotives stretching as far as the eye can see. This is not a movie set, this is real life in Bolivia. Just 3 kilometers from Uyuni lies one of the world's strangest attractions, a massive cemetery of trains left to decay under the sun decades ago. This was the heart of Bolivia's railway system. Trains here carried minerals to distant ports, but when the mines ran dry, everything stopped, and the locomotives were simply left behind. Now, their skeletal frames create a haunting open-air museum. No fences, no guides, just eerie silence and machines that look frozen in time. It's a place where history whispers through rusted steel, and where the past feels almost alive.